first of all, congrats, you did it. Everyone did a great job participating. I walked around, I listened. I gave some of you a hard time, and others were crushing it. So I'm going to pretend like we just met, and I'm going to be like, I don't know why I'm explaining to you what I'm about to do. We're going to role play real quick, okay? So it's so nice to meet you, Bruce. What do you do for work?
That's a really great question. So, basically, I show people how to earn double-digit returns backed by real estate.
What does that mean? I've never heard that before.
I know, it's a little bit strange, maybe. I'm a residential redeveloper based out of Houston. What we do is we renovate approximately 5 to 6 homes a year. The majority of our deals are funded through other people's money, which is how we're able to work on more than 1 to 2 projects at a time. It's how we're able to really achieve scale. If you were to do something, just with your own resources, you can't do as much. But it's a pretty cool concept because our investors get to kick back, relax, drink a margarita, while we do all the work, and then they earn double-digit returns with a protected, secured, and insured asset.
That was so good! Oh my goodness! And he's never done this before. Great job. That was amazing. Whoa. Way to just follow the script. I love how he ad-libbed, incorporated some margaritas, and it was amazing. Thank you. Wow, great job. So this is an example of what it looks like when we practice, right? From the first time you read the script to the third time, what happened to your level of comfort or confidence? It went up, right? So when you know what you're doing, you're literally being spoon-fed what to say, what not to say. The system becomes simple to implement and follow. Some of you here are probably introverts, and it may not sound as smooth as Bruce. He was doing some reading, other times he wasn't. That's okay. For those of you who are introverts, or if you're nervous, that's all normal. Take your phone on your own time and just read the script out loud and record your voice. Go back, play it. I know that can sound strange because we don't want to sound scripted. And I did the exact same thing with my mentors. They would give me seller lead list scripts or different types of scripts to interview contractors. And I would take those scripts and I would type in or handwrite in filler words or reminders. Because I talk fast, I would remind myself, pause here, say okay or here. So it didn't sound scripted until I got comfortable and no longer needed it as my crutch. So this is step 1 for the rest of your life. If someone does not ask us what we do for a living, what are we going to do? Ask them what they do. So this is what's so crazy. For the first 18 months, I think I talked about this yesterday, for the first 18 months of my career, every strategy that I'm starting to share with you, I implemented consistently. Every single week, we don't just implement this power pitch here at the event or once a week, it's every day. And after 18 months, I no longer had to do everything every day. And it was much more simple to just raise what you needed in a matter of days. So here's what we're going to do. Everyone here and all of our virtual attendees, take out your phones, take out your calendars, whatever you use, and set a daily reminder right now for, 6 a.m. or 24/7. 4-second power pitch. So every day you wake up, you look at your calendar, your task, you're reminded of that 4-second power pitch. Other things that I would do, because you're going to leave this weekend with a ton of networking strategies. And again, it's not a one-and-done exercise. I used to have, and I talk about this in my book, those cheap $2 silicone Nike Just Do It bracelets. And I used to wear it, and I never took it off because that served as my daily reminder for me to lean into my why. And that why became my daily motivator and driving force to take action on the stuff I'm teaching you guys. So I'm from the Midwest, guys, girls. So do what works for you. I have found that most investors like to put everything into their calendar as a daily task. So we're starting to build out your networking calendar right now. So the way I start the conversation, if they don't, and this can be with anyone, at an event, airport, whatever, grocery store, is, oh, what do you do outside of Uber? Or what do you do outside of church? Or what do you do when you're not working here, so that they talk about it and then they ask you what you do and then you go into your pitch. So if we look at the 4-second power pitch, we have our funnel at the top. For the rest of our lives now, we're going to start dropping this 4-second power pitch with anyone and everyone we encounter. So now what? Because that's a very broad way of building relationships, right? Well, now we're going to get really specific and we're going to be intentional with the types or the categories. I don't know if Erica was asking about this yesterday, the categories and caliber of individuals that we're going to start to build relationships with. Because remember, it's not just people with deep pockets, it's not just people who are wealthy, it's people of influence, people who are connected, people with whatever success means to you, people who are one touch away from somebody that you know who may be able to help. It's all types of individuals that we're going to start connecting with and filling this funnel with prospective private money lenders. So one of my most powerful social media strategies 11 years ago when I first started and what still delivers some of the top results today is my LinkedIn outreach system. So I've labeled this my 1x4x30 method. Everyone here has a copy in your folder. I understand virtual attendees, you all now have copies of the worksheets as well, which is amazing. Thanks, team. So here's what this process looks like. For the 1x4x30 method, what this means is 1 day a week, you will pre-schedule 4 30-minute one-on-ones. I'm going to break down what this looks like for you. Now, this is, of course, for you guys to take home and just continue to implement. For the sake of this exercise, and we all learn differently, don't feel like you need to follow along. I'm going to cover it all up here, and then you can read the fine details later. So here's what I would do. When I lived in Chicago, I picked 1 day a week, not 1 day a month, that I would network. For me, it was Thursdays. So I lived in a high-rise condo right below us with a Starbucks. So every Thursday morning, I would actually pre-schedule 8, not 4, 8 30-minute one-on-ones. I reduced it to 4 because I was like, oh, that may sound overwhelming. I don't know. So it's the 1x4, but I actually did 8 of these every single Thursday from 8 a.m. until noon. And I would purposely schedule these 30-minute meetings back to back because I want the lender that's walking in to see that I'm seated with somebody because that's going to generate a sense of urgency. Whether they could invest or not, it doesn't matter whether they can invest. It matters who they know. Now, if the person's not local, it's okay. We don't want to email them anything. We want to meet with them via Zoom. And this first meeting is really just like, who are you and what do you do? So what the LinkedIn outreach system became was my way of vetting investment bankers all over the country. Now, this is what's so crazy. Because I still invest in deals, I'm always testing the skill set, right? So 11 years ago, I would go into LinkedIn. I'm going to show you a live example right now. And I would search for stockbroker, financial advisor, investment banker, entrepreneur. And back then, the conversion rate was the response rate was 20%. So 20% of the people I reached out to would respond. The other 80 would not. Over time, I realized financial advisors and stockbrokers, it's not a good fit for me, probably not us, because they're just too conservative. Investment bankers, they move fast, they like to make money, they're down to collaborate. Now the response rate is 50%. Before we implement this outreach system, we want to make sure we've set up our profiles the right way. So for those of you taking notes, there are 4 things you're going to do on your own time before you implement what I'm about to show you. So everybody write this down. Number 1 on LinkedIn, you want to have a picture of you smiling, guys, smiling. And it can be a selfie. That is not a big deal. I was 8 years into my career before I had any professional photos taken. Nobody cares if it's a selfie with your phone. But smile. Number 1. Number 2, you want your name to be your real name. When we raise private money, this is rapport-based lending. People are investing in you. And when they invest in you, they invest in your business. So no nicknames. Everything is congruent. Amy Majuri. I guess Facebook still has Amy McNicholas. I need to delete that. Because Amy McNicholas doesn't exist. I love you. So first and last name, be congruent. Number 3, the third thing you want to update is like your header. You are all real estate investors. Before we continue, I get this question a lot. What if I have a JOB or I have a private like government job? Let's talk about the JOB first. Again, I'm very extreme. It's highly unlikely the HR department is hovering over your LinkedIn account. I don't know, guys. Proceed at your own risk. I did not care if the HR department at Dell was looking up my LinkedIn profile and saw that I said real estate investor. I don't care. I have a hobby. But you do what makes you comfortable. If you have a private job and you can't contractually do anything, maybe you set up a separate LinkedIn profile under your business name with maybe your logo. I don't know. But there are ways that you can work around this. And then later, once you're in the public eye, you can cross-collaborate them. So number 1, we want a photo of you smiling. Number 2, we want your first and last name. Number 3, you're all real estate investors. And then number 4 is you want your about section, your bio filled out. We want all of this in place before we implement this outreach system I'm about to share with you. I'm actually going to take questions before I show you what this looks like. Any questions on